Hello, I'm markeedragon, and I'm out on the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast today. And this is the weather we call soup. The air here is really thick. In fact, trying to jog yesterday, I thought I was going to have a stroke because it's so humid here. Oh my, it's not like the crispness of the Pacific Northwest where I come from, but I'm loving it out here. It's really great. I have another great question here, and it's from Thade842. And I'm not going to read his whole thing here, but what he says is, I'm 18. I've been a gamer since a kid. You're still a kid. Pretty close, you know. Let's see. Everyone tells me to get real, stop playing video games. I was just wondering if you got preached at like that. I mean, you're an older gent, no offense. That's why I'm able to still call you a kid. Yes, I'm 41. I'm a little bit older, but I've been a video gamer all my life. I was there when the first Atari came out, or the Odyssey, or the ColecoVision. I had all of those as a kid. I had the very first Nintendo. In fact, I had every Nintendo up until, well, let's see. I've even got the Wii now, so I still have all of them. Anyway, he says, I'm still gaming and that inspires him. And I want to be a gamer till I die. Okay, I was just wondering, plus I wanted to give you something to talk about in your videos. Oh, and he'd love some WoW codes. I'm not going to give away WoW codes in there. I'm going to give away some Night Online codes, and stay tuned for this Night Online codes because I think that I exposed some of these earlier in another video to where there was a couple of frames to where you could read backwards through the piece of paper. And so I'm going to give away, golly, this has got to be 40, 80, 120. This is going to be around $150, $160 worth of Night Online cash that I'm going to give away here, so stay tuned for that. So, being a gamer, yes, I would consider myself a gamer. These days, though, you know, as you get older, you realize that you have responsibilities called life. You know, you have a family. Family has to come first before the games. And you have to keep the roof over your head. At 18, I was living on my own. I actually moved out a little bit earlier than that. And I got married at 20. And so, anyway, I think that family is important, and that family has to take priority over the games. In fact, real life has to take priority over the games. And now when I was dating back when I was a teenager, let's see, I met the woman I married when I was about 17, and at some point later I was playing RPGs then. We didn't have the massive multiplayer stuff then. And but when Ultima Online came out, I was working a 40-hour a week job, plus I was playing for about 40 hours a week. That left no time for family, and that just wasn't good. So I'm still a gamer. I still enjoy playing some game, but I actually have to schedule the time. And you know, I work a lot more on making these videos and running my companies. And really, so think about this. If I considered my companies to be a video game, then I could work really hard at winning on those. And that's very productive in real life, as opposed to completing a quest or completing a game and you know, that sense of accomplishment. The sense of accomplishment is much more tangible in real life. And you can apply a lot of those things that you've learned in games to real life. And you don't have to give up games. You don't have to. You can still schedule some time, but you're not going to be able to do 40 hours a week in a game. If you are, you're doing way too much. Anybody who's doing over 20 hours a week is considered to be hardcore by the industry. And I would say that, you know, for a hobby that most people have, like, you know, some people might have a hobby of knitting or sewing, and we have hobbies of you know, riding motorcycles or you know, video games or whatnot. And I think the average person, just off the top of my head, might spend around 10 hours a week doing their hobby. And if you're spending more than that, you got to question yourself as to how much, you know, you're really doing, because you could be more productive. And now, I love to play video games, and if you can figure out how to make video games pay to where you can earn a living doing video games, awesome. Absolutely awesome. You get the best of both worlds there. So think about it creatively. Think about, how can I incorporate these games into my job, into my life, to where it actually provides something for me in the real world. And if you can do that, then you can have your hobby hardcore, and you can still be very productive. Otherwise, you got to consider it entertainment time. And how much entertainment time do you spend in daily life? I'd say probably not more than about 10 hours a week. But that's just my opinion. So other people, feel free to give us your comments and, take it from there. So here is a whole bunch of codes. So let's see here. These are all Night Online. These are Gamers First, and I'm going to have to scroll this up here. These are Gamers First. It's Night Online, and I believe this is US only. I know it's Gamers First only. There are a couple of different publishers for Night Online, and so it's only going to work at Gamers First. Anyway, if you have questions, feel free to message me in the YouTube system, and if it's a good question, you'll get it on camera. I'm markeedragon. Take care.
You should subscribe to his channel, because he's going to give away this sword.
So tell me, if you won this sword, what would you do with it?
Oh my goodness, I would be in seventh heaven to begin with. Then I think I would pick a place in my house that was probably where everyone would see it and hang it on the wall.
Wow, this is how much you love the game?
I love it. I love it more than any other game.
Do you know what game we're talking about?
Well, I can pretend, can I?
Okay, so everybody subscribe.
Just look at this. Yes, subscribe.
Yep.
And you may be the winner of this beautiful sword. Check it out.
Thank you, Linda.
Okay.